And now we're joined once again by meteorologist Daniel McDonald with a look at your forecast. Daniel?
Well, Kevin, it's another very cold start here to the day, something we've become used to here, but luckily this is going to be the last time we see conditions this cold for a while. 23 degrees here as we take a look at our Cordova camera. Not a whole lot left on the ground here. That's sleet and ice and snow here outside of Memphis and really much of the Mid-South, but still enough to where we have concerns for some refreezing and some spots on roadways that may be difficult to navigate, especially with temperatures now lower here than the last couple of mornings. Winds out of the northwest at around 5 are not too strong, but still enough to give us a little bit of a wind chill, mostly in the teens and lower 20s right now for actual temperatures. Another well below average day. Again, we're going on almost 2 weeks now of conditions like these, with the chill making it feel a little bit colder, but it is starting to lighten up here and we are starting to warm up more. This is the end of this winter pattern. Fortunately, we are going to see some sharp changes for this weekend. Even today, we'll see a little bit of an increase in temperatures from yesterday. Despite the colder start, we should see those highs around the lower to middle 40s here sometime between 2 and 5 p.m. without any chance of rain. A little more cloud cover, but still some progress, some slow progress being made on melting away what's left on the ground here as we are above freezing. Winds shifting out of the west, though, this afternoon, and then overnight to the south and west will finally give us a break, and many other parts of the country a break as well. Again, it's been very, very cold for so many parts of the United States here since that winter storm arrived several weeks ago. Many locations further to the north not going to be seeing a change here this week, and they'll see continued cold, continued even chances of additional snowfall. But luckily here in the Mid-South and our surrounding areas, we can say goodbye to temperatures in this low range here for at least a week, maybe even longer, because the warmth will triumph this weekend as we are going to see the wind shift out of the southwest by later this afternoon and evening. Tonight we'll see lows around freezing, a few of us getting just a little bit below there, but not far enough to where I think widespread refreezing or other concerns are really going to be that widespread. And then the 60s for this weekend, the warmest temperatures we've seen since even well before this winter storm arrived, a pattern that should last here into many other parts of this month, as we do see the almanac is showing average conditions for this time of year to be 53 degrees for highs, 35 for lows. We've really only seen that once or twice here the earlier part of this week over the course of this winter weather stretch, whereas we are going to see highs today probably only reach 43. We're still waiting on that low to come in here for this morning, but we're going to be well below the average for that as well here, as we typically see a lot more of those days near that average mark. But we are going to be well above the average now for the next couple of days after this. Friday, we're going to see a big jump here into the 60s, and then Saturday actually providing us a brief cool down with a cold front. That's going to be a very quick passing one. No precipitation, no long-lasting impacts, because we jump right back up to the 60s here on Sunday. And as you can see, margins of more than 10 degrees above average after being more than 10 degrees below average the last couple of weeks. It's going to be prolonged into the middle part, maybe even the end of next week. The 70s not out of the question for some areas Tuesday and Wednesday. So a lot to look forward to here in the area, as we just really need to get through later today, where we will see 43 degrees, I think, in Memphis, partly cloudy skies and winds out of the west here at around 8 or so. Heading into tonight, we're looking at partly cloudy to mostly clear skies, southwest winds picking up, maybe giving us a little bit of a wind chill, but with the actual temperature there closer to the freezing mark, I think we're going to sort of put behind us that refreezing concern here, and then staying warm as we head towards Friday. 61 degrees as we get just in time here for the weekend across the area. Many weekends even before this winter storm have proven to be fairly cold, but for the first time in a while, we're going to have some very nice conditions. Saturday is going to be a little bit colder, noticeably so, but only around 50 degrees. Still great conditions for outdoor activities. And then we resume the 60s for Sunday and continue that as we head towards the rest of next week ahead. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, middle to upper 60s, potentially the 70s in a few spots. I think we will have some chance of some rainfall here Tuesday and Wednesday, maybe a few showers, but if anything, that will actually help to keep us warmer for the overnight hours. You can see the lows at that time above 50 degrees, warmer than the highs we are expecting to see today. So a big turnaround is in our near future. One more morning here, another few hours of frigid conditions before we can say goodbye and enter a new, more favorable weather pattern.